I'm 65 years old and I've always wanted to learn how to weld, so I went out and bought myself a welder.
Okay, for Christmas this year, I bought myself a nice welder and a welding cart. And because I didn't want to burn down my garage, I went ahead and I bought a fixture table that I could take outside. Now, when you buy the table, it doesn't stop there. You have to buy what they call fixtures.
Some are used as braces and some are used to hold pipes in place. They have all kinds of fixtures, including clamps. Very expensive clamps.
So I'm not willing to spend that kind of money for a clamp. So I did a little research and I found the hot hack. You buy one of these clamps. This one's a 6-incher from Harbor Freight. It's the Pittsburgh quick release clamp bar. These work like this by pulling this lever. You can put it anywhere. And then when you get close, you can dial it in with the little fine tooth adjustment.
So while wearing proper safety glasses, I mounted the clamp into the vise and I used my cutoff wheel to cut the end off. Next, I took a 5/8-inch bolt and I stuck it in the vise. This is the size bolt that will fit perfectly in the holes of most fabrication tables. Then I took some blue painter's tape and I marked the top of the bolt with 2 pieces of tape, leaving about a 1/4 inch exposed. This will kind of guide me in the cutting of a groove in the top of the bolt, with the idea of making the groove big enough to fit the end of the clamp in. Next, I took the cutoff wheel and I cut a groove in the top of the bolt. This is actually easier said than done. This was kind of a hard thing to do. I had to actually go back and forth several times with both the cutting wheel and the grinding wheel. I tell you, it looks a lot easier when you see somebody do it on YouTube. After a while, I was finally able to get it close enough that I thought I could weld it up and make it work. All right, you can take a look at the bolt and you'll see it didn't come out quite as pretty as I had hoped, but I think it'll still work. I'm a little crooked and a little enthusiastic with the grinder. So next, I turn it upside down and I put it into the vise so that we can go ahead and cut the threads off. Even this actually looks easier on the internet. I tell you, it's not everything isn't as easy as you would expect. Okay, time to weld. I've got my big magnet there. I'm positioning the clamp into the bolt head, and I'm going to go ahead and weld it together. This will be my first project, and I'm using my new welder with flux core wire, and this should be interesting. I've never done it before. You can see I'm having some trouble. I'm having trouble seeing the weld pool. And as you see, I guess it didn't do it such a good job. So I'm going to try again. All right, take 2. Let's see how it goes. Catch a little on the other side. Better put a little more on there. I don't think there's enough slag in there. I bang off some of the slag with the little welding hammer, just like I saw in the videos. Remove the magnet, and look, I glued metal together. I'm going to go ahead and set it up, and do a weld on the other side. Now I laid it down on its side and threw some more stuff at it. I figure the gloggier the better. All right, just a little knock off a little bit of slag, and it looks like this one is just about done. I ended up making 2 clamps, and after using the wire brush and the grinder to try and clean them up, this is what it looks like. Pretty pathetic. I tell you, it's not as easy as it looks on everybody else's YouTube. I actually made 2, and I think this one might be the better looking one of the 2. Here's what happened to the third one I tried to make. I burned the crap out of that. Oh, well, I'll tell you one thing. I will get better at welding because I'm going to work at it and work at it and work at it. I'm retired. What else do I got to do all day?